That's it. We're here.
Appreciate you, Elvy. Everybody, when I did my performance in Miami, they said Kren.
Welcome back to Indie Jams Radio. Man, this show's going really good so far. Big shout out to Polo G with that track, Hollywood. That King Solomon, you know, we had him on the line. He was a little wild. He was a little crazy, right?
He was
a little crazy. But I like it. I like people who are just so passionate and crazy about what they do. Like just living each day is a blessing. Imagine like being an artist. It's like, okay, now you get to share your story with the world. Yeah. So that's really dope. All right, guys. So we got Kren in the building right now. What's good?
What's going on? I appreciate
man, you took a little trip to get out here today.
Yeah, I came all the way from St. Pete. Straight from St. Pete all the way, you know, took wifey came with me with the kids and took us about almost 2 hours to get here.
Cool. So, I mean, what's it like in St. Pete? I mean, I visited.
It's nice. I mean, you know, you got the beach right there. We're about 10 minutes, 15 minutes from the beach. We get to travel, do whatever we want. Everything's within the zone. So it's like travels 1, 2, 3, have fun, do whatever you want.
Right. So, all right, Kren, so let's start from the beginning. I mean, where are you from?
Originally, background from Brooklyn, New York, raised in Brooklyn. I was born in Queens. So, you know, that's shout out to New York City, shout out to Brooklyn, shout out to Queens. You know, that's where I grew up. That's where my heritage, my family's from Puerto Rico. You know, we've been through the hustle, the struggle, up and downs, you know. My mother and my father, they always taught me, you know, keep your head up, keep your head strong, be a leader, not a follower. Make sure you show people what it is to do, what you like to do, and just be yourself, do it all.
Awesome, man. So growing up in New York, I mean, you was around some of the greats.
Yeah, I mean.
Who were some of those artists you listened to growing up and you was like, yo, I want to be like,
growing up,
I want to be Biggie. I want to be like Wu-Tang.
Word. Yeah, shout out to Biggie, rest in peace. His birthday was not too long ago, you know. Growing up, really, I would listen to a lot of Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross, Usher, you know, throwback R&B, you know, some soul.
R&B is my favorite.
The reason that was because my mother, she was Christian, Pentecostal, so, you know, background, you know, didn't want me listening to a certain circuit of music, that wanted to keep me, you know, enclosed, but I appreciate you, Mom. Thank you for that. Because if not, it wouldn't have created the artist that I am today. You know, humble, trying to speak about love, life, and you know, actual messages of what you've been through and how to overcome it.
What was just because you said that, it does say a lot about you, honestly, because you know people grow up in different environments, and it could mold them into whoever it is they're destined to be. So what was it like you looking onto like hip hop and the world that we lived in growing up like that? I mean, I want to say like that, like it was bad. It's definitely a great way to be raised. But what was it like for you looking on it? Did you ever look at it and be like, wow, I never want to be like that? Or
I mean,
like you want to help?
I had my ups and downs. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of good friends of mine, you know, go down the wrong path, and I've seen what they chose to do, and I said to myself, nah, I can't do that. I need to show people that there's more to life than just following every other person's footsteps, you know, following in other people's shadows, you know, that pony and horse, you know, following each other, making sure you go where they go. I was like, no, I need to go ahead and create something positive. I want to give these people something that they can take and actually use it in their own life and potentially pass it on to someone else, you know?
Right. Okay, so you're growing up in the household, you're listening to all these artists. Yeah. When did you decide to start making music?
I was 5 years old. And,
5? Woo.
Yeah. I was 5 years old. My mother, like I said, we were Pentecostal. We would go to church every Sunday. I was part of the youth group, and we would do the little pantomimes, the corridos as they would call it, you know, sing with everybody, and that's what really got me into music, you know. Pastor Frankie, my pastor, may he rest in peace, he was one of the people that told me, he was like, hey, you got a voice, kid, you need to do something with it. Don't just stay here, go somewhere. And I took everybody's advice between him, my mother, my grandfather, may he rest in peace, he's another reason why I do music. I'm trying to finish his legacy where he left off. He was a musician. He had his own orchestra group. They played in Copacabana. They played in Madison Square Garden.
He was popping.
So so he had, you know, some recognition. And I said to myself, if he could play guitar, he was self-taught. He didn't take no lessons. I can do the same thing.
Right.
It's in my blood. So why not just go with it?
Oh, you already got your foot in the door. You might as well run through it.
Yes.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you that things worked out that way for you. You know, music is one of those things, like, you know, if you're an artist, you either got it or you don't, you know. A lot of the times throughout the day, I deal with so many different artists, and I find artists that, okay, let's just use indie jams itself as an example. Like, they'll look at indie jams and be like, oh, why do I need you? And I'll be like, you don't need me, you need yourself. Yeah. And I love that I can feel that about you, is that you're good on your own. Like, you're good, like, just your mindset, like, that's so important as an artist. Even just being independent, or whether you eventually get signed, you need to trust yourself and trust that you got it. Because if you don't do that first and you won't got nothing, nobody's ever going to be able to help you. It has to start with you.
You gotta have that foundation of trust within yourself.
Right. So, okay. So struggles. Have you faced any struggles being independent? How to overcome that? I know you're independent, so I was like, there's always something. You know what? And I always ask that question because you never know who's listening who could use your advice.
Exactly. I mean, I've been through it all. I could go on for days with my struggles and my trials and tribulations. I got married at a young age and recently got divorced. So that was one of my struggles. In the process of that, I had 2 children, and as you see, I got my boys with me. So
they right.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, what they say? We're from Florida.
We're from Florida, but we in Florida.
I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm not from Florida, but I'm here.
Yeah. So, you know, I had my divorce. I got my kids. I got evicted. I was on the streets for a while. You know, there's parts of my life that nobody knows about me, so right now I'm letting everyone know.
Right, so this is all throughout the music career.
Throughout my music career.
And you kept pushing.
I just kept pushing. Since 2007, my boy Kren, shout out to you, bro. Without you, none of my beats would have been what they are today, you know? I mean, we grew up together, we had a vision, we saw what we wanted, we strayed from each other for a little while, but just like any team does, they go to find themselves. We had to find ourselves. We needed to know exactly what it was that the people wanted. And from seeing what was out there, we knew what was missing. So we said, let's work on that.
Nice.
And that's what we've been doing.
That's awesome. Cool. All right, so who are some of the artists right now that you're working with? Because I know that you yourself are an artist, but you do a lot of production. I saw a lot of people tagging and stuff. So I'm like, oh, you got a big team. So who are some of these artists that's out there right now that's probably tuned in right now? You're showing love, you're walking through the studio, letting people know where it's at. Like,
right now,
who are they?
I gotta shout out my artist, my own artist. I'm also a manager. I started building up my label, so I gotta give a shout out to my artist Spaz all the way out of Jersey.
I follow her.
she's,
you
know.
Oh my God, I hope she's listening right now. I think she's amazing. I love what she's doing.
You heard that?
I love it. You know what? Being a female in the industry is just so hard enough. That when you have that dedication, like she's doing the camera every day, putting out music, showing her love for it. Just, I mean, I don't even know her from nowhere, but I just love her passion for what she does. Like she does not, she looks like somebody who does not care what nobody thinks. Like, I'm gonna do this all day. I don't care.
And that's just it. That's what I liked about her. You know, we met each other through Instagram.
Right.
I was looking for an artist back in last year when I threw out my first album. I recorded when we went to New York. I went to Atlantic Records over there, and then we recorded in their studio. We did a whole little scene. My boy 40 Films, shout out to him. He just did a video for DJ Khaled when he was in New York.
Nice.
So, you know, I mean...
Major moves,
big moves, you know, the vibes. But, you know, everybody that linked up, my brother Mausoleum, he's my brother from another mother. He's seen me grow up. He's a rapper himself, and he went ahead and... he jumped on the track with me. I said, listen, this is long overdue. We need to do an album together, a song or something. He was like, I told you there was a time and place for everything. I got you. I got him, I got my boy, I got my homegirl. My fiance's on the track with me as well. She sings too, but you know, she keeps it on the down low.
She's like, you ain't on the down low no more, girl. Right? People want to know.
You know, and like I said, I got to give a special shout out to my brother Kren in New York. Without his beats and both of our emotions collabing together, the songs would have come out the right way.
It's all family, right?
It's all family. It's you got to build that right team and make sure that you select the right people to be with. because those people are gonna guide you and make you understand where it is you need to go and what's your next step if you lose your way. They're always gonna help you.
So what is your next step? What you got going on? You got an album?
I got my album coming out on July 1st.
I peeped that. I was like, look at this.
I brought you guys some merch, appreciate, shout out. Got the company, like I said.
I'm not sharing. Nobody asked me for nothing.
La Evolucion coming soon. It's straight vibes, tropical vibes.
I saw it. I love the whole I love your whole Latin, like, and your artists too, like the whole Spanish. Like, to me, that's my culture, so that grabs my attention so quick. I'm not biased. I'm not like choosy with what artists I work with, but because it's in my culture, it grabs my attention immediately. Like I might have listened to some bachata on the way here today, so I was like, damn, a hip hop bachata.
We got a bachata on the album too.
I know, so a hip hop bachata track would be dope.
We got hip hop bachata. I got a salsa coming out on there. I got a dedication to Puerto Rico with everything that's been going on, all the famine, all everything. That's a secret, so this is the first time everybody's hearing about that. That was called Puerto Rico Sube, so Puerto Rico, will rise, will come up, stand up. It's just unity. Unity.
We need more of that in the world, so I appreciate you for that.
All I keep seeing on Instagram is people fighting, kids getting hurt, shooting, people dying. We all hungry for the same thing. Let's stop killing each other. Let's stop hurting each other, and let's focus. Let's just do this.
That is real. We gotta rise above the negativity. One thing I can say is that the things that you speak of are real, and they're out there every day, and they're getting louder and louder. Yeah. So we need to rise above that and get louder. Bring the positivity,
shut it all
and the good
down
in the world. Bring it and stand out more than everything bad that's going on right now.
That's facts.
All right, so you got the album that you're working on. You're gonna be dropping that soon.
Then I also got my artist Spaz. I got her working on an EP. We've been working on it for a while. It's her first full single by herself.
Yeah, so you're an artist and you manage it.
Yeah.
How do you manage?
Thanks. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to manage.
Oh my God, it's insane.
Yeah, so we manage it. We do videos. We do photography. I got a studio. And I'm trying to reach out to as many artists as I can because I know the hustle. I know how it is I started out with just your basic PC with the line in, line out recorder with the regular sound recorder, mashing all the sounds, making sure they line up, and I went from that to Sonar home studio, and then I just started building up from there. And there was one point that I had a 42 track mixer and it was a real legit studio, and then I said,
the grind is real. I was in the back of a house before I had all this. I was in a little tight, like when I tell you I was in a little tight spot where we could barely invite people to come and be on your show. But I had such a big vision of where I wanted to take it. I was not giving up. I was relentless.
Drive.
Yeah, man. So when it comes to music, I don't play. I'm like, nope. There's
We
somewhere
wake up, we eat it, we drink it, we see whatever it is you do throughout the day, that's music.
With my coffee, I'm like, man, I don't know about this song. I'm gonna have to check that one later.
You have a conversation with wife. She'd be like, you going into the bathroom with your phone? I'm I'm writing a song. I gotta write this song.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm super happy for you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
So you sent this track, and you said everybody's on it.
This was Shay K Mix.
Or you mean the album everybody's on?
On the album, the first album that I had that's on my Spotify, that's La Sensación de Kren. That one I got everybody on that one. That's my first album. That's what started my rebrand, the recreation of who I was to who I am now. And on that album, that was just pretty much like R&B, love songs, showing the versatility that I can do Spanish, English, sing and rap. Jump on whatever type of flow. As long as it's a vibe, I'll vibe out to it.
Okay. I'm like fun. I mean, I like the vibe you just bring to the studio right now. I can't imagine what this album is gonna be like. So, what else can we expect from you? You got some videos? You got anything that's gonna come out soon?
Yeah.
Performance.
I just did a performance not too long ago in Miami. Shout out to Miami Live, for putting me on and allowing me to jump on stage. I brought my artist. She came out here from New Jersey, and we did the performance together. We released our single Twerk Funk as performed on at Miami. Not only that, but we're in the process of recording the music video to the Shake K Mix, which you're about to be playing soon.
Yeah.
Not only that, I gotta give a shout out to my brother Kent Kid all the way in Ohio. We met each other through Instagram, and he's a little producer. and he sent me some songs. He actually started working with Spaz before me.
Okay.
And then we linked up together because we're family, so we just grew even stronger. And he's another producer all the way out in Ohio, and he sings and he raps. So we got a couple songs, singles coming out with him and I as well.
Yo, tell Spaz to send me a t-shirt that says "Stay Spazzing."
I got you. You heard that, Spaz?
Yo, stay spazzing. Let's go. I love everything that you got going on, man. I'm proud of you just because of how far you've come.
Appreciate it.
You know, it takes a lot to make it this far, and for you to be having an artist under you, I'm like, I don't know if I should be worried or be crazy. You know? I'm like, jeez. But you making it happen. That's all that matters. One more thing. Are you looking for more artists to work with?
I'm always looking for artists I
mean,
to work with.
You name drop Atlantic Records. I know there's artists on here right now. I see them. Atlantic Records, you said that for real.
Yeah, you can go check it out. We did our thing. If you go on YouTube, you can check it out. If you think it's a joke, click the link. It says as recorded at.
Yeah.
You know, just click the link.
How did you build your fan base? Because even with just like looking through your stuff, I see you get so much love and support, and it's just and your numbers be climbing. I'm curious to know how you built that fan base so solid, or how you got all these people that want to work with you.
Everybody got their tricks and their trades, but my main thing was just analyzing. All these Facebook, Instagram, everything has insights. It tells you who's watching, where they're watching from, and what they're looking at.
Of course.
You look at what you got, you look at what they didn't like, you look at what they did like. Make more of what they did like and hope that it gets views.
Yeah.
Just hope that one post takes you somewhere else, because each person, if they like something, they're going to wind up sharing it to somebody else. And if you look at my page, you'll see that I'm following about almost 5,000 people. It's not, to me, it's not about it. It's a numbers game, yeah. But to me, you show more support, you start gaining that support little by little.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. A lot of people, you go to their page, they got like 10,000 followers, and they following 200 people.
Exactly.
Like,
so show the love, show the love back.
And they all verified, they all celebrities.
Exactly.
Like, you ain't following nobody that's gonna support you. I follow so many different artists. I mean, I keep it going every day. I see an artist, I'm like, follow.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many artists out there. For me, even in just one day is not enough time.
No, it's not.
One day is not enough. All right, we got this this track, Shake Miami.
That's the Shake Miami K-Mix by yours truly.
What can we expect before we play it?
Well, this song was pretty much a recreation from its original on La Sensación de Kren. So it's pretty much showing the evolution of our sound and how we've changed and how we've come up, and how my sound in general and my producer's sound has changed and come together. So this is our vibes together, mixing our emotion. The point of Shake was we wanted something to get people moving without having all that extra cursing and all that craziness in it. We just want you to vibe out and have fun with it. So this song is pretty much, you know, just move your body, move it slow. You know, I want to see you move like that, you know.
Oh, all
that jazz, you know, that thing, you know, when you go to the club, see a shawty, saw shawty, boom, there's wifey right there. That's it.
Alright, so we definitely need more of this, because I'm tired of hearing people say that when they go to clubs they don't get that. They get the, you know, hardcore. Everybody standing around.
You don't know what to dance to anymore. You don't know how to dance.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, well, we gotta get into this music. It's been a great interview so far. Shout outs, you did some, but anybody else you want to shout out, please let everybody know where they can get your music and where they can find you on social media.
Shout out to everybody. Like I said, shout out to Varane, V for Varane on Instagram. Shout out to a Kent Kid, just as it sound, a Kent Kid _ in between. Shout out to Spaz. Her IG is Spaz1765 _. You could go ahead and click my link as well, at the real Kren, at the _real _Kren. Go ahead there. I got my music on all platforms, so no matter where you look, just type in my name, you should be straight.
Alright, we got that Shake Miami K-Mix. Introduce it.
Alright, y'all. This is Shake Miami K-Mix as performed in Miami. It's your boy Kren.
Sounds great. You weren't even nervous.
Oh, you
Yeah. Photo music. Shake, shake, shake your body. I wanna see you work that body. Shake, shake, shake your body. I want you. Muévelo, muévelo, muévelo So, me gusta la manera que mueve su cuerpo. Move your body tan sensual. I like to see all your urges go. Tú eres tan bella, I want you right here. Quiero ver tu cuerpo meneando así. Mami, ¿qué quieres hacer conmigo esta noche? Y hacer lo que yo quiera hacer contigo. I wanna see you work your body. Shake your body. I want you, I want you. Shake your body. I wanna see you work your body. Shake your body. I want you, I want you. Me pone loco la manera que mueve su cuerpo. Y cada meneo me pones más loco. De ti es quien estoy enamorando. Shake your body. I wanna see you work that body. Shake your body. I want you, I want you. Yeah, I love it when I see you move that body like a cyclone. Every time you turn around, you make a man go psycho. Baby girl, keep on shaking the body right there. I love to see that booty shaking in the air. Quiero tu cuerpo entero. No estoy mintiendo, lo siento, pero me gusta cómo mueves así. Que digas su nombre y ya estoy aquí. Shake your body. I wanna see you work that body. Shake your body. I want you, I want you. Shake your body. I wanna see you work that body. Shake your body. I want you, I want you. Muévelo, muévelo, muévelo slow. Me pone loco la manera que mueve su cuerpo. Cada manera me pone más loco. De ti es quien estoy enamorando. Lo que tú estás escuchando es el nuevo disco de
K-Ren.
Alright, Kren, we see what you doing out here. That was crazy. That was a whole vibe right there.
Thank you.
Oh man. Alright guys, we got Mr. Paul. I know we got Juice Cannon calling in from New York. Let's get him on the line.